I love seeing that there are so many fans of the RTS genre, especially Command & Conquer. I grew up with the series, and like many, it's very special to me. The fun, the cheese, the creative units, the settings, the music, and so much more. These games are still great, and we see how EA is not interested in doing much of anything with that franchise. So now you have to look to the indie side of things to kind of come in and try and provide something to its audience. I'm not saying that these games need to be huge things or anything like that, but spiritual successors that understand what made those older games so special, and then doing something a bit all their own. That sounds like a great way to keep those legacies strong. Dying Breed is one such game that is trying to go back to those times.
It's coming! It's coming!
In the aftermath of the terrorist attacks perpetrated throughout numerous cities, the Alliance Parliament held an emergency session to discuss reinstating an international army to face the terrorist threat.
Push! Push, push, push!
Tensions continue to rise as efforts to recover and recondition World War II armament are already underway, and analysts say that the peace we've lived under for the past decades.
Piece of cake.
I'm here to help.
When looking at Dying Breed, we have a title recently released in early access, and it appears to be going for more of that older Command & Conquer feel and especially look to it. When looking at the styles that they were going for, it seemed like a combination of Command & Conquer 1 and Red Alert as well, which honestly pairs nicely with another indie Tempest Rising, which is much more influenced by the later Command & Conquer entries. Either way, my time with Dying Breed was met with a lot of smiles, and in some ways it felt like they really nailed aspects to those older Command & Conquer games. In other ways, it also showed that this game needs much more time in the oven, which is fair given the early access status of all of it. I am left a bit in the middle on this title, but I have a lot of hope for the future.
I've always loved you, darling. Do you love me?
My love for you is as powerful as Tesla energy.
Attention everyone, this is Luca speaking to you. I bring a message of extreme importance to the civilized world. There is great danger threatening our way of life.
This Sunday, the most anticipated match of the season, the Cape Town Skulls versus the New Detroit Fire Axes for the Eastern Conference Finals. Which team will cause the most fires? Which team will take their fire engines to their fullest potential? This Sunday at noon, be there or be ash!
This Sunday at noon.
So what is Dying Breed like? You have your units and need to complete a set of objectives, or you need to then build a base, collect resources, build up your army to crush the other team. This looks and feels like Command & Conquer. I like how characters have their own unique and funny lines. Even some of the building sounds are pretty funny as well, as they sound like someone just making the sounds with their mouth. It's funny, cheesy, and I like it. Music isn't bad either, not great like the series it's lifting from, but decent enough based on the tracks I was listening to. A standout in the presentation is with the full motion videos. It's B-movie awesome and classic Command & Conquer in this way, with mixing in some of the other silliness from say Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. The acting is committed to those older styles and it works so well. I only played a few missions with my time with the game, but after that I was left with this feeling that it is headed in the right direction, but it also is a certainly rocky start for how it all wants to feel. If you want to understand what I mean, wait till you play Mission 3 for the Allies. On normal, it feels like this needs much more balancing. Something I saw as a disappointment was the lack of a skirmish mode at launch. The icon is there, but the mode is coming later on. I think that is where I'm going to end up landing on this title, where early access games are do you jump in right now or do you wait for some more updates. This very much leans into the wait territory, especially the more I played it. I know and see what they're trying to do, and they get there in some places, but this needs more time in the oven overall.
Terrorist forces have overrun one of our bases. Your mission is simple. Take the base back, eliminate all terrorist threat, and await for further orders. And one more thing, Commander. It is good to have you back. However, our spy Kincaid informed us of a new warlord in the eastern continent. This is Ubik, leader of the Empire Ascending Order, and self-proclaimed god.
We are under attack! I repeat, we are under attack! Get out of nowhere!
So let's discuss some of the flaws. I think one of the biggest things this game should have, even in its early access launch, is a skirmish mode where you fight bots. Personally, this is where I like to go when I play a new one of these games. No story, no tutorials, just get right in there and start seeing what structures I can build, what units I can push out, and what does all of that even mean and how does everything work together. Learning by doing, and I find that very fun to do, my preferred way. But here we do not have the skirmish mode at launch. It is there and it appears that it's coming in a later update, which is great, but this is a mode that should have been there now. Big reason being is that even if the number of maps are small, you can get a lot of replay value from this mode, arguably even more than any campaign. I would have held this game back until this mode was available. Now based on what I've played here, I think the game needs better balancing. The first two missions on the Allied side are what you would expect. Control a bunch of units and then kind of get right in there. Then you go to mission 3 and it feels like they just throw you right in the deep end. I failed this so many times. I was happy to see the AI attacking me from different angles, but I was on normal and the assault was endless at times. Paired with some of the other stuff, like how buildings can be destroyed way too easily. Towers go down in a few hits from a few rocket soldiers. It felt like the game never gave the player a chance to breathe in this mission, like in a bad way. So much so, this kind of made me want to just wait for this game to get better balanced down the road. So other things I also want to see is the increase in scrolling speed, where you're going around the map and kind of looking around, along with the game speed itself. Many little toggles and features that Command & Conquer did have, and at some point I'm guessing this game's gonna have them too. Again, it's early access, but Mission 3 very much showed me how this is an early access that very much leans into the rougher side of things. Though I think there is a lot of good here. Much of the guts understand Command & Conquer, now we need that polish and balancing.
Perpetuated by the Axis powers prior to their defeat. The surviving population then migrated to the south, consolidating in new city centers, primarily in that of Africa and South America, with resettlement also happening in the regions of the Indian subcontinent and Oceania.
Together with Nosy and Winkle, we have discovered that they are using Substance D to clone people! Please don't!
Hands up!
Don't!
Settle down!
You want to trade with me? And now we push. Push.
The latest in a string of vanishing scientists. This is the case of Luca, a researcher that had been raising concerns to the government over the potential misuse of Substance D and the dangerous side effects, such as mutations in animals and humans.
Every day, more patriots join us.
When looking at Dying Breed, I see a title that very much is pulling from the best of Command & Conquer, and in many ways it manages to pay respect and start being its own thing too. These full motion videos are rather great, and some of them really made me laugh. They understand the cheese and delivered it really well. It's a nice mixture of that B-movie seriousness from some of the Command & Conquer games, along with the overt silliness of, say, Red Alert 2. It works, and it's easily one of the best aspects of the game. Now I enjoyed the units I got to play with too. Some of the funny things that they say, with a bunch of lines as well, along with a nice variety too. There's also some really nice details like heads popping. When it's working, it's very fun, but the game needs better balancing, polish, especially a skirmish mode to really keep you coming back to this game over and over again. Do I recommend it? That's a tough question. I think right now, no, I cannot recommend this, but I would recommend that you keep an eye out on this one, as it gets better and the skirmish is then added. I think Dying Breed has that potential to be the game that I think it definitely is trying to be. I very much wish the developer the very best of luck, and I will keep an eye out on this as it updates too. What are your thoughts on Dying Breed? Have you given this a try? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.